"12 giant and buff anime ladies who can crush steel with their thighs like butter." We all know anime girls are known to be pretty, dainty, and kawaii. That's the basic notion that all of us have. But there are some characters out there who are not only cute, but will kick your ass in seconds. These Buffy beauties might be few, but their character design and personalities are top-notch, and we love to see them in action. These muscular ladies are present in quite a few anime across various genres. Whoever faces them usually does not come out on top because these ladies will easily throw you to the ground. We have some of the best muscle ladies on this list, so let's see what makes them the best heroines. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin. Annie Leonhardt. Annie Leonhardt, or as we know her as the female Titan, one of the 9 Titans, is a Marley spy sent to Paradise Island in the year 843. She played a significant role during the initial invasion of the Titans into Paradis, which led to the fall of Shiganshina. She inherited the power of the female Titan when she was still very young. The female Titan has some splendid abilities and is known for her endurance and agility. Just like the other Titans, she influences pure Titans through her scream. She could attract them towards herself wherever she may be, causing much trouble for not only people around her, but also for herself, as the pure Titans will attack her and eat her body, but using her Omni gear, she was able to escape. It's a possibility she used this technique to lure Titans to Paradis. She also has the ability to harden any part of her body, which gives her a great advantage during combat. The hardened skin is like diamond and can break blades of ultra steel that the scouts use. She also hardened the skin on her hands and tore Eren apart. But powerful as the female Titan might be, Annie herself is an enigma. She is highly skilled in close combat in her Titan in human form. Having been trained since she was a young girl, she could best opponents twice her size in immediate action, like Rainer. Her combat skills garner praise from the likes of even Mikasa herself, to the extent that Mikasa asks to spar with Annie. Her hardening helped her encase her body in a diamond shell so she could escape being interrogated by the scouts.
Oh no, my money's in another costume.
This is on the house!
Mount Lady, My Hero Academia. Yu Takayama, or Mount Lady, is among the many heroes in the My Hero Academia series. She is a pro-heroine and is also known as the Mikayama hero Mount Lady. She is ranked at number 23 on the Hero Billboard chart JP.
You're right, it's just like this cavalry battle. Every point you score is not just for you, but for your teammates as well.
She happens to be very popular among the public. People often describe her as being relatively youthful and beautiful. She is ambitious and sometimes vain, as she calls herself the next hottest hero. She is considered the youngest pro-heroine in the series, achieving substantial fame at a very young age. Every hero in the series inherits a quirk that is the primary source of their powers. Yu's quirk is giantification, which allows her to change size from small to giant, as the name suggests. She could go from her height of 162 centimeters to her giant height of 2,062 centimeters. She wears a unique bodysuit as her hero costume, which allows her to change size easily without causing any damage to her clothing. Although one drawback of her quirk is that she cannot change to any other size, so it's either her regular height of 162 centimeters or her giant 2,062 centimeters. Her quirk gives her increased strength and stamina in her giant form, which allows her to land powerful blows on her enemies, and she's also capable of destroying buildings. She has 2 main super moves that she uses during battle. The first one is called Canyon Cannon, a move where she uses a powerful kick and can send an opponent flying with her power. Her other action is Titan Cliff, where she headbutts her opponents, causing substantial damage. This one is used as more of a defensive action. Her 2 power moves work perfectly with her quirk, giving her a significant advantage in the battlefield. She is a mighty hero and quite good at using her good looks at getting all the attention she wants. It makes her quite the buff beauty everyone loves. Matrona, 7 Deadly Sins. Matrona was the former warrior chief of the Eastern Giant Clan, one of the 5 major clans. She was a highly skilled and stern leader who loved the battle traditions of the Giant Clan. She was a mentor to both Diane and Diane's friend Dolores. She also wanted to make Diane the greatest giant warrior. Being the warrior chief of the Giant Clan, Matrona is known to be very powerful. She has excellent fighting abilities and has mastered their clan's creation ability. She sports prominent abs, which she shows off proudly in her mid-riff exposing outfits. She is pretty strongly built with significant muscles as expected of a warrior of her stature. She is also a talented dancer and has even learned to perform Droll's dance, even after losing her leg. Her extremely ripped body is a product of immense training in battle. She is shown to showcase tremendous physical strength as she can quickly get the best of Diane and hurt her with her bare hands even while Diane is using heavy metal. Her endurance knows no bounds. She could even defeat 330 Holy Knights of Lioness despite suffering from poisoning and her right leg being severely damaged. But even after losing a leg, she is still as powerful as ever, and her abilities are compared to a commandment by Merlin herself. She single-handedly ambushed Galland and Monspeet in order to save Diane from them. Her ripped looks and mighty aura are enough to intimidate anyone, and that's why we love her. Noi Dorohedoro. Noi is En's cousin, longtime friend, and partner of Shin. She works as a cleaner alongside Shin to eliminate any threats to the family. Noi is known to be an amicable individual. Most people did not even know she was a girl because of her usual outfit of loose-fitting jumpsuit and gruesome mask that concealed her features. But she is pretty feminine despite her bulky body. Noi's main magic power is healing, one of the rarest magic types in the world. She often uses her power to heal Abisu or the people that En turns into mushrooms. She can also quickly heal herself without physically releasing energy. Her abilities make her a formidable opponent and quite resilient to physical attacks, making her virtually unkillable. Her power is so high that she can rebuild anyone from any injury as long as they are not dead. She is a walking tower of muscles and can cave men's skulls without effort. She can't stand anyone being stronger than her and often gets into fights with others. Her partner Shin is the brains of the team, whereas Noi is usually the one to start fighting among the two. She could completely heal Shin's arm when it was melted and even restored his hammer to its original state. Despite her physique, she's pretty bubbly and has an adorable personality. Kale, Super Saiyan Berserker form Dragon Ball Super. Kale is a Saiyan from Universe 6 and was a part of Team Universe 6 during the Universe Survival Saga. She is also Caulifla's best friend and protege. She is the legendary Saiyan of Universe 6, a demon warrior who only appears once every 1,000 years. Kale in her standard form is actually quite shy, but her Super Saiyan forms are quite the opposite. Her transformations are usually triggered by suppressed anger or emotions. Her Super Saiyan form gives her massive increase in power. She gains control of her powers in this form and can easily use them without wasting excess energy. She can create larger craters in the ground by just screaming. Even when hit with a point-blank Super Saiyan Kamehameha, she was unfazed and walked right through it. She battered Goku during one of the fights. Her immense power surges eliminated some of the other fighters from the tournament even when she wasn't focusing on them. Kale's desire to save her best friend Caulifla during Universe 11's assault allowed her to focus herself into a stable Super Saiyan form, and she released energy that could break through a separate dimension. Kale's raw strength overwhelms Goku and forces him on the defensive.
Watch yourself, R.
These tits belong to 2 people! Me and Brolo!
Sophia Velmer, Jormungand. Sophia Velmer, or Velmet, is a former Finnish Rapid Deployment Force officer and the only other female member of Coco's squad. She is a challenging and fierce individual and usually calm and composed. She comes from a notable Finnish military family and has always been a very hard-working person. She is pretty dedicated to Coco. She lost her eye when Chen Guoming attacked her UN squad. Despite losing her eye, her abilities have in no way been affected. She is remarkably strong and can easily take down men who are much larger than her in size. Not only does she have immense physical strength, but she is also very agile. She could dodge close-range bullets. Owing to her military background, she is pretty skilled at using firearms. She is a master of knife fighting, and her knife skills put people to shame. She specializes in close combat, using her strength and speed and creating deadly combinations between the two. She usually wields 2 knives, 1 knife, and 1 pistol, giving her a reasonable range. She even bested both Mildo and Karen. Even after being shot twice, she recovered pretty quickly. June Fudo, Devilman Lady. June Fudo is the main protagonist of Devilman Lady. She was a 22-year-old supermodel before her life completely changed when she became affected by the Devil Beast factor. She is lovely and successful, but timid at the same time, although her persona as Devilman Lady is much different. She is much more vicious and ruthless, showing no mercy to her enemies. June was relatively weak before and even suffered from anemia, which caused her regular visits to the hospital. After being affected and becoming Devilman Lady, she gained increased vitality even when she was not in her lady form. Her lady form also gives her an extra 3 meters in height. She is skilled at combat and is often considered the strongest in the world. She also possesses healing abilities, allowing her to heal from her wounds in a matter of minutes. She could fly using the wings on her back. She could fly as fast as a fighter jet and to heights where she is untraceable with the naked eye. She has a gigantic version aptly named Lady Giga, which allows her to increase to 10 meters in height, and it even changes her personality. Her combat abilities tend to increase in proportion to her size, just like how people say, the bigger, the better. She uses a variety of powerful moves. The first one is Devil Cutter, where Lady can transform her wings into blades and cut through anything in one go. Using Devil Beam, she could channel electricity through her fingers and shoot a high voltage blast, destroying devil beasts of large sizes. Giga Dane can only be used by Giga Lady and releases an explosion of energy that can obliterate her enemies in the radius.
Absolutely despise my appearance. I'm too buff and I hate it. So do you agree or—
Biscuit Krueger, Hunter x Hunter. Biscuit Krueger, often known as Biscuit, is a double-star treasure hunter who first appeared in the anime during the Green Island arc. Biscuit is a mighty hunter despite her childlike looks, but she chooses to be perceived as innocent and helpless to surprise her foes, and partly because she despises her actual appearance. She comes out as a problematic character at first, but by her second appearance in the Chimera Ant arc, you feel you're welcoming an old friend you know well. She is prone to violent outbursts if left out of a discussion or reminded of her age. Killua frequently becomes one of her victims because of his wise cracks about it. She may also fight with individuals with opposing personalities such as Kurapika. Despite her sternness and dishonest demeanor, Biscuit is readily convinced when someone appreciates her attractiveness. When Kurapika admits she looks like a princess, Biscuit quickly becomes charmed and compliant. Biscuit is a highly competent and powerful fighter. She attained the pinnacle of her physical ability via rigorous training. She has yet to demonstrate any offensive-oriented special powers, since her comprehensive knowledge of Nen, honed body, and martial arts have been sufficient to eliminate all her opponents so far. Her real strength is likewise unknown, yet she overcame difficult opponents like Benolt and Bera all on her own, leaving them afraid of her ultimate might, which she is pretty proficient at disguising even in her younger form.
It's difficult to say. I suggest that first we assess our—
Sakura Ogami, Danganronpa. Sakura is Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, and Danganronpa, the animation female character. She also appears in Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair as a cameo. Danganronpa Togami also features her. Sakura is a trap. Traps exist in anime and manga as the opposite sex, fooling customers about their gender. She is a master of martial arts. In Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc Chapter 4, she commits suicide. Sakura is a calm, compassionate, and level-headed young lady. She seldom loses her cool and appears to be able to keep her cool in any scenario. She can get frustrated and upset sometimes, such as when others feel she is an incompetent chef because of her appearance. Occasionally she will lose her cool and become significantly scary to the people around her, especially if one of her pals are injured. She also becomes irritated if she cannot practice effectively for an extended amount of time.
Well, give it a shot.
She is well known for her love of protein and protein coffee and her enjoyment of exercising first thing in the morning before a hearty meal. Sakura aspires to be the strongest human on the planet and is an expert in mixed martial arts. She is reported to have learned to fight before she learned to walk. Her father taught her MMA. She vanquished him when she was 14 and never faced him again. Sakura felt sympathy for her father since they had the same objective, but she had to conquer any and all hurdles that stood in her way. She had faced professional combatants, including wrestlers, when she was younger.
In all of these areas has won an unprecedented 4 tournaments in a row. She is called the ultimate, the strongest woman in the universe.
Riko Ando, Outlaw Star. Riko Ando is the Universal Strongman Tournament's longest-serving female champion. She is also madly in love with Fred Liu. Riko is in excellent physical shape. She is tall, towering over Jean, and displaying an influential figure. She also has brown eyes and brown hair tied in a ponytail. Her face is typically feminine despite her manly build. She is determined to marry Fred, as evidenced by her 4-year streak of winning the Universal Strongman Tournament.
The strongest woman in the universe for 4 years running, Riko Ando!
During her duel with Jean, she is confident that she will prevail for the 6th time, but she is also shown to resent and disguise Jean's lack of professionalism during the fight and is easily enraged by his mocking and arrogance. Riko is a skilled fighter who can knock out Jean with a single throw and fast progress through the competition by quickly dispatching the other contestants. She appears unable to control her emotions, inadvertently harming Fred in her embrace. Sandra Guts, Dirty Pair. Sandra Guts is a villain and former 3WA trainee from the Dirty Pair OVA episode Rigged Ring, Revenge of the Muscle Lady. Kay and Yuri know her. Years later, she gains much muscle using a new performance-enhancing medication called Hustle. Sandra Guts is revealed to be violent and preoccupied with winning, nursing a grudge against the lovely Angels for many years and pushing them into a wrestling fight to showcase her dominance. When upset, she often acts before she thinks, preferring to employ her enormous brawn over her brain. The hustle drug she's using enhances her insane rage. Despite this, she appears reasonably competent at running a company, skillfully making and distributing hustle across the city. She is also proven intelligent enough to foresee potential threats. However, her vanity and envy of the lovely Angels frequently overshadows this. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.